So this is, I think, I think it's number 4, the 4th video of a student that I'm putting up on the channel. Again, every person on here, they know they're being recorded. It's something we do. Not all students do this, just the ones that agree and want to do it and sort of see what it's like. This one, actually, she's very special because she is my Chinese teacher. We talk about that. You'll hear it. She and I had never spoken English before, but I didn't know what it would sound like. It was actually kind of surreal to do that. So that's what's coming up next. And again, thank you to the student. It's really helpful for me. Looking back at it, there are some tips and some advice I wrote down for myself after watching that and realizing some things that could have been more clear when I was teaching. So thanks again for that. And yeah, have a look and see. Again, the same 4 parts where we say hello, we do a little reading, where we talk about pronunciation, we do a little conversation, and then at the end, we kind of go over a few tips for how to improve some of the grammar and pronunciation things that are happening in the class. So that's it. This is the it. Thank you.
Hi, Jane. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
Pretty good.
It's a little bit weird, don't you think? Like for us to switch the language.
It's super, super weird. Yes. I think so. Let's see. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. Let's see. You should see my Google Docs.
Okay.
Whole
I
bunch.
also see so many students.
They're not all active. Some of them are from before. What I have is a starter document. It's for all the students. I'm going to click on this one. And I'm going
Oh,
to...
I'm a starter. That's me.
Yes, you're a
welcome.
starter.
Cool.
Going to make a copy. And I'm going to change this one. I'm going to name it Jane.
Yeah, it's me. And
It's
Lucy.
you. Yeah. And at the end of class, I'll share the link with you. So you'll have it forever.
Cool.
Forever and ever to cherish. I'll show you what happens here. And scroll, scroll, scroll. So very first thing, you can see my screen. What do you see?
Welcome. Everything is fine. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Welcome. Everything is fine.
Okay.
All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous are you today?
I would say 6.5 because
Wow.
like I'm a student, but like I said, it's a bit weird because I know you speak Chinese. So for me, it's hard to switch the language. Like I'm used to speaking, Chinese with you. And also like maybe some words I don't know, like I really have to control myself to stop saying how. Because I want to say, okay, I want to say how, like instead of okay, because I know you understand. So for me, it's not really nervous, but also a bit like self-controlling for language controlling to really just speaking English. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll help you. Like, you're not in trouble if you speak a tiny bit of Chinese, but yes, we will keep it 99.99999 English.
Okay, cool.
I have a bit of housekeeping. I just want to give you a little tour of the classroom. Welcome to the
Okay.
classroom. So this is the classroom actually in my house. My husband's asleep over there.
Cool.
Cool. And I wanted to show you. So I have a camera. This is the camera here. And if I'm looking at the camera, it means I can see you. If I'm not looking at the camera, it means I can only hear you and I can't see what your mouth is doing. So,
Okay.
and if I'm not looking at the camera, it might mean I'm taking extra notes. So during class, I have a little file and I'll make one here. I'll save it, Jane, and I'll show it to you here. Just a little file of mistakes you might make during class. I just keep it off to the side so you don't have to see it. I won't interrupt you. I just keep it off to the side. We can talk about it at the end of class. So that's what I'm looking here. I'm not ignoring you. Okay. So let's talk about a goal. So what would make today a success? What would make you happy at the end of the 30 minutes?
I'll probably realize that mistake that I've been making for my rest of my life. So that would be cool for me. Like I'll be happy that I learned something. And yeah, and also the pronunciation corrections, because I know some words, especially people know what I mean when I talk to them just by the context. But sometimes if I just read only the single word that I like the new word, maybe I just look on the dictionary and I try to pronounce and people don't really understand like what I mean. So that it's actually been my problem. And I never really, I don't know, work on it. So try to fix it. So that would be nice if I can learn that after this lesson. So that would be cool.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna make a little note here. then those are our 2 goals for today. And at the end of the lesson, we'll come back and see if we've gotten any closer to those goals.
Okay.
Do you have any preferences for teachers?
Teacher who is more like outgoing, more like-minded, so we can share the same like conversational topics. So not too boring topics that maybe I'm not interested. So the teachers who also can maybe asking me some questions if I don't know what to say, and so more active. I don't know how to describe my more outgoing. I don't know.
Yeah,
like this,
perfect.
like you.
Like me. Oh man. Okay. So here's double check some things, make sure. Can you hear me okay? Is the volume okay?
Yeah, the volume is awesome. It's good. You're
Okay,
using a good
continue.
microphone. Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear you.
Am I talking too fast?
I think it's okay. I think it's good.
Okay. I'm at like 85% right now. And you think that's okay? You don't want me to go full
No,
run.
not too fast. I think 85 is good for me.
Okay, I like it. And then we talked about this a little bit, but corrections. Do you want corrections?
Yes, I want corrections. That's why I'm here.
Okay. Some students, you know what? Some students really don't want corrections. Like they just want to work on confidence.
Okay, that's also good, but it's not for me. I want corrections.
Okay. So here are the 4 components of class. There are 4 parts. There's greetings, which you just kind of did. You know, hello, how are you? Then we do a little bit of reading. This is for pronunciation.
Okay.
Pronunciation. So you can just focus on that and not think about grammar and word choice, things like that. Then we just have a nice, easy conversation. And the last
Yay.
we go over corrections. Does it sound familiar?
Yeah, it is.
So for the first, I know we've sort of met before, but would you please introduce yourself, you know, take maybe 2 minutes and introduce yourself in English. You know, like I've never met you.
Okay, I'll try. I think it's been a while that I really introduced myself to someone in English, because you know I'm not living in an English speaking country, so I kind of like didn't do it for a while. So, but okay, I'll try. So my name is Jane. English name is Jane, and it's not my real name because my real name is Yu Zhen in Chinese. So as a Chinese speaker, we don't usually use the real name because it's hard to pronounce for the English speaker. And I'm currently living in Belgium for working holiday and visiting my boyfriend, traveling around Europe for a bit. And I'm Taiwanese. Pretty much I live in Taiwan for my whole life. And I travel a little bit to the United States, Australia. I lived in Australia for a year, United States for a few months, 3-4 months, travel a little bit, West Coast, East Coast. And now I'm in Europe. And I like traveling, as like I said. So I like traveling. I like outdoor activities. I like go camping. I like meeting new people. That's why I love traveling. You always like don't know who you will meet, and sometimes you have new thoughts when you're meeting new people. And I'm a person that like to talk. I talk a lot, and I also like to listen. So, so teaching is fun. So I like to teach. I teach Chinese, and also I do beauty salon. So I have 2 jobs, and pretty much that's it. Is it 2 minutes? I don't know. Okay.
Well, it's just a guideline just to sort of help you have an idea. That don't give me one sentence, and you don't have to tell me, you know, an hour of where you were born, at what time,
Sure.
where the
Okay.
sun was.
I don't have sun. Okay.
Cool. Okay. Well, perfect. So, just to give you an idea of what's happening while you're talking, I'm listening, actively
Mhm.
listening. Then I wrote a few things down that we can discuss for later. So don't worry,
Okay.
we'll have things at the end in case you're thinking, oh
Perfect.
no, what if there's now, as far as the reading goes, I'm just gonna grab this over here. As far as the reading goes, I usually just pick a topic. So
Mhm.
have you been watching the news? What's hot in the news for you right now?
Reading the news, you mean like what's happening around the world lately?
Yeah. Well, is there any news that you're following right now?
I think I'm following a lot about the border restrictions for the country for traveling, because I'm going travel. I'm actually going to do a road trip from Belgium to Portugal in 2 weeks. So I'm sort of looking up, is there any restriction? Do you need vaccine? Do you need any? Because I'm a foreigner, so I don't know if crossing the borders like that, do I need any documents and stuff? And also I'm planning to go back, move back to Taiwan next year. I'm also always like keep my eye on the news, like do I need to do quarantine or anything like that? So
Okay. So let's see. I don't know. So I always wonder. Area. Let's talk about Schengen area and you talked about vaccinations,
mhm.
let's see what the requirements are as you move about. This is just this is just near my house. They're like, do you live in the Schengen area? I'm like, I don't. Let's see. So here's something from March, which might be a little bit out of date, but we just want to work on something that's interesting to you, relevant to you, but then, so it doesn't have to be the most recent news. We'll grab this. We're gonna pull it over. Oh no, come on, little baby. So here's just a random little selection of something. And what I usually say for students is let's do 5 minutes. Some students really hate this exercise. Some really,
I don't know
really
if I like it because when I read it, sometimes I'm so lazy, so I just click my mouse and I click translate to Chinese. I can read faster. Just
It is
get to the
faster.
point. So
Okay,
yeah,
we'll just do it for 5 minutes. Don't worry. Okay, so I'm going to scroll back up to the top here. And if you want to do more, some students like to do it the whole class. It's shocking. So just start here. As you read, I'll highlight things and we'll stop paragraph by paragraph. Go ahead.
Okay. So I just read, after considering the increased vaccination rates and concluding that strict travel measures no longer have a significant role when it comes to halting the spread of the COVID-19, European Union and Schengen area countries have decided to relax their entry rules, while
please
some
Please
Well,
pause. So
some,
wait, here's,
okay, do I keep going?
no, please pause. Please
Ow.
take a break.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. I'll
Okay.
keep a counter going. We'll just know how many. So over here, so how do you say this word again? I just want to double check.
Okay, increased,
Good. Yeah, so like this is that T sound, increased. Good,
increased,
good. Versus how do you say this one?
decided.
Good. I wasn't sure if I caught the second syllable the first time.
I don't think I say it right. Because when I read, I just, like, I know people know what I mean, so I didn't really focus on those details, but I know that's what my problem.
Okay. And then the last one is here.
Measures?
Yeah. So I think you might have skipped the S as you were reading. Like maybe you were focusing on other things, you were doing other stuff. So,
Yeah.
but otherwise, a very good accent, pretty good pronunciation. I'm able to understand you. Keep going. While some
EU countries decided to abolish all COVID-19 measures altogether, others decided to impose less stringent rules. Schengen VisaInfo.com reports.
very, very good. So I think we have another S skipping for you over here.
Countries.
Yeah, there you go. Make sure you do it. And this one is astringent.
Stringent. I don't think I know this word.
What do you think it means?
To impose. I actually not sure what impose means actually.
Okay. So impose is a verb. You can tell because it's to impose here. And it's talking about what's the object? Can you tell for impose?
Less rules, I think. Rules.
Yes. So impose rules. What do you think impose rules means?
To release, I guess. I don't know.
It means to implement rules. It means to actually have rules, to implement rules. So they're saying less stringent rules. So you think that the rules are getting less strict?
Less strict, I think.
Okay, you got it right away. So what does this, in your own words, what do you think this sentence means then overall?
I think just they kind of want to follow up with other EU country according to their new rules.
Okay, so what does abolish mean?
Abolish is to build up a new measure.
Abolish means to get rid of.
To get rid of. So it's the opposite, to remove.
It's the opposite. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're removing all the measures, all the rules.
Okay.
But some
So
are actually just
rules.
reducing the rules.
Oh, okay.
This is a harder sentence than I realized. It's okay. But just make sure when you see the S, you have to, every single S in English has to be, every single one has to be said. So we'll keep going.
Okay.
You're doing great.
Okay.
Below,
you may find the entry rules that each EU Schengen area country currently applies.
okay, what's the first country we're going to look at?
If Portugal is on the list, actually I will be in France first and Spain and Portugal. This is Austria.
But the first one is Austria. It's the same vocabulary anyway. So we'll keep going.
Okay. Austria currently permits entry to the country for all persons who hold the valid vaccinations or recovery certificate or a negative COVID-19 test result.
Hey, very good. So you got the S here. Don't worry about that.
Oh,
But
okay.
make
I was like,
sure,
oh, no.
in English, we have E and we have I. And I'm noticing you don't do a great job pulling those sounds perfectly apart. So you could say permit or you could say permit. And we want it all the way over here at permit.
Permit.
Yeah.
Oh, so what I was doing was permit.
Yeah, it's a little close. Yeah, it wasn't all the way to E, but it wasn't quite as short as we like it to be. So yeah,
Okay.
permits. One more time.
Permit. Permit.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Can you hear that difference between E and I?
I think I can hear the difference. And I think it's also impact for my native language, the E, the long vowels.
Yes, they come for you. Okay. Keep going. You're doing great. A vaccination.
A vaccination certificate permits restrictions-free entry to Austria as long as it provides that the last vaccine dose within the context of primary vaccination has been received within the last 9 months, or if the holder has already received a booster shot.
Good. Hey, very good. So that was a timer. So we're just going to wrap it up here so we don't spend the whole day just reading. Over here, you said provides. Would you like to look at this
Oh,
closely?
pros.
No. Yes. Yes. So can you think of any other words that have OVE like that that sound like that? Prove does it?
Prove or ooh, doesn't really occur to me. Move, right? And
Yeah. I don't know if there are any others.
I don't know either. Ooh, Goo, no. I love, no, it's not the same. It's
No,
not.
not
Move.
only.
Move.
Oh,
Oh,
these ones.
approve.
But these are all it's still
Mm.
prove at the end. But yeah,
Improve.
yeah. Maybe it's just those two.
Prove.
Yeah.
Approve
Okay,
is
so-
the verb of proof.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to say the
Prove.
whole sentence, what's the definition of prove?
Proof is to show you're right, like, oh, it's
To-
right. So you have the, how to say?
So if you want to use the word proof, you can say proof. But what's the verb?
Oh, to receive, to give, to provide, to
Yeah,
provide.
to provide. But
To
give is good.
provide.
Give is good too. And be careful there. So make sure you say give.
Give.
Yeah, versus give.
The E. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Give.
that's the
Give.
one you're gonna get. Okay, so I'm just gonna delete this. We didn't get here. It's no big deal. This is just random reading from the internet. Now,
Okay.
you've done your reading. People feel like it's vegetables. It's eating broccoli. They don't love it. But we can move on. So I
think
have a
so
new
too.
book. I bought a new book.
Good. Let's try the new book.
Yeah, so I'm always buying new books, with full of questions. So we can just sort of start. So what I like to do is I just sort of fan the pages, and when you say stop, we'll stop and open that page. Okay.
Okay. Stop.
Ooh, okay. Okay. All right.
They'll probably be
biggest-
the easy ones.
The biggest problem I'm currently facing is. So you take that, and give your own answer. So you have to repeat the first part and then finish it.
The biggest problem that I am facing with,
I'm
currently facing with,
facing
I have to
is.
think.
There's no
What's
way.
the biggest problem I'm currently facing with, I don't know if I have problem. The problem is, do I have enough money to travel for the past, like the falling of the year? How do you say?
For the following year.
Yeah, the following years. So I think that will probably be it. I don't know. I don't really think I have biggest problem. So it's a bit hard to answer.
Okay. I'll tell you the biggest problem I'm currently facing is summer is ending and I don't have any warm clothes. So I have to that's my big problem right now. I don't have any warm clothes. That's my current biggest problem.
Okay.
Not a very big problem.
So that could be small too. Okay, I get it. So yeah, my biggest problem is probably similar because in Europe it's getting colder. I don't really have the thick clothes, so I probably need to get some warm clothes too.
Yeah, so you have the same problem.
But actually, I have another problem. It's I have young students, and she doesn't like to talk. So I probably need to figure out. Lately I'm figuring out how to make kids speak more. So probably is my problem.
Um, it- my experience with children, so I have one right after this, is they love to tell you you're wrong. So I find I get the best information when I make a mistake. So if you can put yourself in a position, they love, well, at least my kids, depending on how old they are, if you draw a picture that's wrong, they love to tell you how wrong your picture is. And they can tell you about the ears are wrong, the mouth is too big. They will tell you everything that's wrong.
Oh,
That's one thing I noticed with my kids. They love to tell me I'm wrong.
oh, that's interesting. I think that's probably right, because when I type something wrong and then she said, "Oh, it's not spelling like this."
I'm like, oh, so you can talk. Okay.
Yeah, right. Because when I asked me a question, it was like this. Yeah, right. Yeah, like that, exactly.
Yeah. You're like, are your ears attached to your shoulders? What's happening?
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. So let's do another one. Oh my gosh, this one's really hard. I hope to change someone's life one day when.
I hope to change someone's life one day when they're suffering.
Oh,
Yeah, I hope to change someone's life, their life, if they're
Yeah.
suffering.
for example, so like,
Or for example, if they're not happy with their life, I hope to change their life by, I don't know, helping them to have new thoughts. I think it's going too deep, this question.
yeah, this question's hard.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
so-
hope I have the ability to change someone's life, though. Like, I hope to have the ability to change someone's life.
Now, do you give money to people, like beggars and homeless people? Do you give money to them?
I don't think I do it anymore, but when I was a kid, I liked doing it because I think I like the feeling of sharing or giving, but because it could be sketchy. Like my parents, they always tell me, oh, maybe when you take out of your wallet and they can rob your wallet and stuff like that. So when I grow older, I start to be more careful to do those things. So actually I stopped doing it, but donation I do sometimes if people are posting, oh, they need funds to help Ukraine or help cats or dogs or those things, that I do it online, but not give actual money on the street.
Okay. So the thing that stops you from being more generous is a fear that people might take advantage of your generosity.
Yeah, actually it's or hurting me, like, because
Yeah.
you never know. So yeah, I could buy them some food instead of giving them money if they say they're hungry, or if they say they need money to buy a ticket for the train or anything. I say, oh, I can buy you a ticket instead of just giving them money, because you never know what they are going to do with those money. You have to be responsible. Maybe they're buying some more alcohols, and you never know.
Yeah. But what if, so some people are addicted to alcohol, and if they don't get it, they actually get sick, they shake or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you think in that case, it's okay to give that person some alcohol?
I don't know. I probably, in that case, I'll probably give money and then he make the decision if he want to get some like medicines or the alcohol. So you make the decision. I'll just, I'll leave the decision to the person.
I like that. That sounds reasonable. I think you sound very liberal. Like, let them decide. That's something for them to decide.
Yeah, just you decide. I do my part.
Okay, I'm gonna grab sometimes I call it the secret document. So I'm gonna grab the secret document. I'm gonna pull it over and we can discuss what's on it.
Okay. I'm wondering which app are you using though? That doesn't look like a Words file.
Yeah. I'm sorry, because when you said that, you said something I had to write down. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll be right
One more.
there.
Word processor.
So this is something called Atom. but what I'm using in particular is I'm using just any text editor with Vim bindings. This is so boring and who cares? But it makes it easier. We talked about this before. If I want to delete this line, just one quick step.
Oh, okay.
So it makes it very fast for me to quickly write what students are doing and go up and down. And if I want to go to the top of the page, I type double G and it goes to the top of the page, I shift G and goes to the bottom. So it's easy for me to just keep whatever I want to do. And I feel very in control of my text without having to
Yeah.
use my mouse.
Quite
But you know
good,
this
yeah.
about me.
How do you say? How do you say this? The first, I don't know, quite good.
Yes.
How do you, shortcut, probably.
Keyboard shortcuts. Yep,
Yeah, shortcut. Okay.
absolutely. So I'm gonna return off here and paste it here. So we'll start at the top. And I would like to say, this is one of my favorite words. How do you say this word?
Sometimes.
Yes, very good. Make sure. So sometimes you miss the P. Oh, miss the P.
Where's the P?
Oh, sorry, the S. Oh my gosh, the S.
Oh,
I guys look at the P is for pronunciation.
pronunciation. Okay.
Yeah. Don't leave off the S. Now,
Sometimes.
this is a grammar question. How do you fix this sentence?
Okay. I like teacher who is more outgoing.
Close. That's
Who
better.
are? Who are?
Yeah. Yes, very good.
Plural. Oh, it's
Ugh,
really
fun.
hard when you speak and you have to think about the grammar.
Yes, yeah. It's okay though. I understood you. So this is, I would like to tell you, none of the things you're doing are really interfering with communication. They're not. They're really not. So I wouldn't worry too much. This is just refinement if you want to refine. Youglish. Do you know Youglish?
I don't know. It's not. Ah, I think you told me before. It's a website that you
Mhm.
can type the words and you can hear the pronunciation, how people pronounce
Yes.
on YouTube. Homework. Cool.
Yeah. Homework. That's your homework. Is Youglish one word? Any word, just anytime this week, you just try it just once. And you're like, I don't know how to say that word, Youglish. Okay.
English.
This is not a wrong sentence, but it is not the most common way to say this.
I
Not-
I haven't. I have not doing it for a while.
Yeah,
I haven't done it for a while.
yes.
That's what
and
I
it's
mean.
not-
I've been speaking weird English, but people get what I mean.
This is, yeah, this is, I mean, the most French thing I hear all the time is I don't do it for a while. And you're like, no,
Yeah,
And this
something
is
like
like
that.
somewhere-
Oh.
but it's not wrong. To be clear, this is not wrong, but it's not the most common. Great. How do you say this word?
Name.
Okay, so name, do you know the word diphthong?
I don't know diphthong what it is.
Diphthong
Hmm?
is two vowels. It means there
Oh,
are two-
aim, so longer. You
Yeah.
pronounce, you extend.
So you only have eh and e. You have to have two different vowels. Nay. Make sure so. nay.
Name.
Yeah. So
name.
name. Yeah.
Name.
And so for this one, I would just remind you is don't forget the e.
Name.
You
Name.
need both. So make sure always need both. But for you in particular, this is the tip.
Okay.
So how do you say this?
3 to 4 months. 3,
Okay.
4 months.
So so I'll tell you something in English. We always say our S's. Like we really, very few people don't say the S, but sometimes the TH is a tiny bit optional. It's very, very, very rare. So for here, we actually say it sounds like this.
Months.
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 Yeah, months. Yeah,
Months.
so- Yeah. So you have to have
Oh.
the sound. You need the, I don't know how, maybe you would like to see it like this. Like, I don't know how to write it so that you would, these are not words, by the way. This is just for pronunciation. I knew you would say that one correctly. So 3 to 4, one more time, 3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months.
Very good.
Months. 3 to
Very-
4 months. 3 to 4 months.
Yeah. So some people do say the TH, but mostly people don't. Most people just, they just say the S and move on. Do you know how to fix this?
Meeting new people without S.
Yeah. I'm just gonna get that a little cross
My
out.
S's go like randomly whenever they want.
Pick an S, leave an S. Fix this.
I am working in beauty salon. Or
Yeah.
I think what I meant is I want to say I do beauty service. Like I don't know how to say those
Okay.
words.
Yeah, I do beauty services.
Mm.
As long as you do
Services.
Okay, how do you say, just say this, just read this across.
I say, you say, he, she says. He
So this one
says,
is-
she says.
This one is actually pronounced says. So A-F. For some
Oh.
reason. Yeah.
Says,
Says. Yeah.
says,
I
says,
swear. And then last one. How do you say this one?
said.
Yeah.
I said.
So, so this
said.
is, these are diphthongs A-A-F.
Actually, I don't really tell the difference. I just try
Oh.
to copy your sound.
Okay. Say,
Say,
says.
says.
Yeah.
And said. Okay.
Said. Yeah.
Say,
Hey, very good.
says.
This is, you just asked me this and I wrote it down for you. You've already got that. There's a problem here. Do you know how to fix this sentence?
I have a young student, or I have a new young student.
Yes. Good, perfect. I just use this word. I thought it was great. Perfect. This one's not relevant. How do you say this word?
Found.
Yeah.
And
and then
found. Found.
Good. Perfect.
Found. So which
And-
words I was saying actually? I think I
You said
would
this
probably
one.
found, right? Found.
This one's funds.
funds.
And this one's
Fund. Found.
yeah, one more time.
Funds.
Huh?
Found.
Perfect. How do you fix this?
I can buy you a ticket. I can buy you a ticket.
Yes, very good.
Missing
already know
A.
these. Yeah, you know these. How do you fix this? It's right here.
Some money and he makes the
Yes.
decision. He makes
Yep.
the decision. He
Perfect.
makes.
So this is a word order thing. You have to move a couple of words around.
Oh, I am wondering, I wonder which app you are using.
Yes, there you go.
You are using. Which app you're using.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say your. Yeah. You could totally do those too if you want, but as long as you switch the order. This has been super fun. We're going to go to the top here. Let's go to the top and see. So did you find some recurring mistakes?
Yeah, the S, and sometimes when I have to pronounce, I don't pronounce. When I do have to, then I don't do it. And the A, I miss the the measure word.
Yes.
I always
the measure
remind
word-
myself though.
we don't say measure word, we say article. I'll write it here.
Article word.
Article. Yeah, those are called articles. Yeah, okay, perfect. And then were you able to, yeah, and you got pronunciation too. So I would say this was a success.
I'll say it too.
Okay, perfect. I don't know where my next student is. Maybe they're in a different room. I don't know.
Yeah,
I gotta
think
go
have
look
one.
for them.
Yeah, me too.
right. Oh yeah, you
I'll
too.
see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Okay, there it was. Thank you for watching, her first class. We put these videos up here so that, potential and even current students can see how other people are doing their classes. I use them to sort of see where I can do better as a teacher. If you have any questions or you want to find me, I'm only on italki. There's nowhere else to find me besides italki, and then I guess in the comment section here, if you want to ask a question, which you can. I don't know what you want to ask, but yeah, I guess you can. Yeah, of course. I'll respond, I guess. Yeah, why not? So thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any questions. All right, bye.